Hello, everybody. It is fantastic to be here with you today, celebrating the wrap-up of our Onward strategic plan. You know, we've done some great work together. People who use our services, advocates from Our Voices Matter, our amazing team from across the organization, volunteers, family members, all sorts of folks have been involved in the work that we've done through Onward, and we've achieved some amazing things. You know, we've got some work to do together this year. It's our 60th anniversary. We are committed to co-designing our next plan, and I know that we are hitting the ground running in 2025. We want to be an amazing option for people, and I'm excited about what we're going to come up with. Next year, in 2026, we're going to launch our next plan that will guide our work together over the coming years. But this year, we're going to celebrate, we're going to work together, and we're going to think about the future. Thank you so much for journeying with us. We are grateful that you're a part of this important story.
It is really amazing in these last 5 years, the number of things that we've accomplished. People coming together and working hard at all of those areas around recruitment and positive and effective leadership and supporting our communities and really engaging the people that use our services in our processes as well, and just accomplishing so many different things.
Our vision is that people with disabilities belong to communities in which their God-given gifts are valued and celebrated. And one of my favorite parts about our vision is that we need others to come alongside us. We need the community to come together with us and celebrate people's gifts.
The way we've been growing towards person-centered supports and community belonging has just totally opened so many doors. The whole Onward focus that made us start thinking that way made us start doing.
One of the things that we did over the course of those years was people themselves that use our services, people with lived experience of disability, created this group called Our Voices Matter. And that group has formed and is growing in all kinds of communities. And now people from Our Voices Matter, people that use our services, are a part of all of our working groups as we develop our plans together and implement those plans, and are strengthening their voice. And we're becoming way better at listening, so that we're co-designing our next strategic plan going forward.
I'm excited to be included. So when I'm included, I'm able to speak my voice.
It's been amazing how people have become more and more open to share their desires, and then how we can help them achieve those things.
I think over the last 5 years, we've accomplished a lot. One of the major things is the expansion across the province of Saskatchewan, ultimately allowing more choice and option for the people that benefit from our support here.
I think about launching Belongathon and what a tremendous success that was. I think of family camps and all the new families that we've welcomed in. And I think of church communities and just the pastors and leaders and people with disabilities and their families that have been impacted by that great work.
You know, we see the engagement, we see people from the community coming to those kinds of events, and I think it really, raises the profile of our organization.
Some of the work that we do is in Canada, all across Ontario and Saskatchewan, but we also partner with groups in different countries. And in Ethiopia, we were helping them to establish an inclusive school. And there was pictures that we saw of one of the students that had started the year before, in her first days and in her first weeks of school. We never saw a smile on her face yet. And a year later, I don't think I ever saw her without a smile on her face. She was pleased to be there. She was supporting and leading her fellow students and learning alongside them, and they were pleased to have her. There's just so many things that we've done over these last 5 years.
So a big challenge over the past few years has been our rebranding, and that's a big change for any organization, especially when ours has so much history attached to it and so much meaning, and our values are just such a part of who we are.
We understand that our previous name had barriers for people. It just didn't feel accessible to everyone.
And I found this, whether it was people, in my church or in my community, they often didn't understand what it was that we did.
And so we knew at that time that we needed to reconsider the brand of the organization. And so we looked to find a name that really held on to the values of the organization. And we found the word Charis. And Charis means God's love and God's grace for his people, and the celebration of the gifts of all of those people. And then we looked to the disability community and we said, how can we be clear on what is it that we do? And they said, please use the word disability. And so we chose Charis Disability Services for the new name of the organization.
It opens us up to new conversations about what does it mean to be a grace-filled organization. And on the other hand, it's very specific, so people know that if they come looking for disability services, that we're there to meet those needs.
It opened the door to new employees. It opened the door to the community and families that were looking for service, and opened a door of opportunity.
Caris also talks about human creativity, allowing the people we support to use their creativity, to show their gifts, to make their decisions, to, live their best life. It just opens the doors. It opens the doors a lot wider.
I felt excited about the name changing. I do think that it's a strong name to carry Caris forward.
Caris Disability Services really still holds to our faith values, holds to the values of valuing people, fostering belonging, serving others. And through this process, we actually updated one of our core values from respecting gifts to celebrating gifts.
Because at the end of the day, Caris Disability Services is for everyone, for all people.
The other big thing that we've learned is how to listen to the voice of people, how to respect that self-direction that people have. And as we embark on seeking input and creating our next strategic plan, it's all about co-design. Years ago, it was doing things for people. We then realized that we needed to do things with people, but really our future is things led by people.
A challenge we always face is perfection over progress. We've really adopted a more iterative approach in terms of we don't have to have it all figured out to be able to move forward with it, because talking to people, really hearing from people and integrating that into our plans, it is a slower but more meaningful process.
We have good foundational values, and our values are still there, our mission's still there. So we're just building off of what we know and what we do well.
I believe that we're building for the future. My prayer and hope for Caris as an organization is that we can service as many people in our sector as is possible.
Our hope is that we would continue to expand in Saskatchewan, and not just for the sake of expansion, but to provide a variety of services and to allow people to feel confident to choose what actually fit in with their lifestyle.
In order for us to live out each and every day who we actually are, I believe that we need clarity on our common purpose. In order to have that clarity, we also need to buy into that common purpose and strive together to achieve it. We also need clarity on how we're going to achieve that.
What's needed from everyone is that idea of welcoming people, of welcoming the voice of the person with disabilities, the faith community welcoming people, us welcoming people, us organizing our work so that we can make a difference in the lives of people. We have a plan, we're putting that plan in place, and we're looking to make sure that that plan is making a difference in people's lives.
Caris has been built on the posture of saying yes, the posture of seeing a need and rising to the occasion. So we build on that posture of, yes, let's try and figure this out, to really thinking about how do we do that in a way that's sustainable, that's meeting people's needs, but also into the long term, so that we're making wise and discerning choices as we come alongside people.
We have to work together. We have to use what we have, learn to use it effectively so that we can be effective every day. Extending Caris beyond the walls of Caris, so in the community.
Everyone's voice needs to be heard. So not just the people in our services, but all employees.
When you have a better training, you have a better possibilities of taking better decisions, fair decisions for the people that depend on you. Right now, our team is fantastic, and I enjoy my job every single day.
I wouldn't be here for 26 years, to be honest, if I didn't think that what we do was worth it or what we're doing is growing. We have a great mindset. We're opening our minds to different things. We're doing different things that we never did before.
I'm hoping for the future to look more like togetherness. We all need to have a voice to make that happen.
Moving forward, Caris Disability Services is a service provider that's really meeting people's needs.
Caris is about sharing God's love with people in a really tangible way.
It's a provider of opportunities.
Caris is a place of, hope. I believe that we have a bright future.
It's all about listening to people that use services, listening to families, listening to employees, listening to other partners.
It's about understanding that each person is created in the image of God in perfection, and we all have grace to share and gifts to share with one another to make this a complete world.